I did put my big boy pants on and I went ahead and popped the top. I don't think you guys realized how close I came from dying just then. So I came basically inches away from death today. Hey everyone, Mike here, Rusty Garage and Homestead. Today I need to get the cows out of the pasture by the corral and move them to the big pasture where the pond is because they're sucking through these water tanks pretty quick. But before I do that, the electric fence on the north end out by the new pond is not working. That electric fence I purchased about 4 years ago off Amazon. It's the second one we own. It's a solar powered hot fence, which makes it real handy putting hot fence up in areas that you don't have electric. That one, the battery has finally died off. After normally 2 to 3 years, the batteries seem to die off on these things. This one's made it 4 years, so I'm pretty happy about that. Now I've got a second one that we've had quite a bit longer. We've changed the battery on it a few different times now, but that one is working, so I'm gonna go get that one, and we're gonna swap out the one by the new pond so we can keep the cows off that area. These solar powered chargers are very handy though. We also run chargers like these around the property. These plug right into electric. These seem to last about 3 or 4 years before they finally kind of die off. I've got probably 4 or 5 different styles like this. I need to take them apart and kind of see what's inside them, see if I can get them working again. Have any of y'all ever taken apart a fence charger like this? I'm sure there's little transformers and capacitors and stuff like that in there, but I'm curious if I can take some of those apart and get them working again, because these things are pretty pricey and they don't seem to last as long as they should. So let me grab the fence charger that's out here in the pasture by the corral and we'll move it up by the new pond. Okay, let me see if I can get this one unhung and we'll double check it. Make sure it still works. Haven't used it in quite a few months. Okay, so here is the brand. I've got 2 of them identical to this. The Solar Pack 6 from Parmac. All I'm looking for, turn the switch on. Yep, make sure the gauge comes up like it should and it's clicking. Okay, so this one will be good. I need to get a battery replaced or ordered for the other one. And I did notice several of the wire holders have broken off, so I've got several to replace out there. I think I'm going to quit using the wire here in the near future and start using the, I think it's called a tape. It's like a cloth tape or whatever for hot fence. Any of y'all use anything like that out there, or do you use just wire? The tape just seems like it'll be easier to work with. Okay, and if you're curious on what is on the inside of these things, I'll show you. Just grab the solar panel. This doesn't have any screws or anything in it. There's a battery. That's the battery down there, not very big. Then it runs into this mast, which I'm sure there's a transformer and other things inside that. That's all there is to it. This thing just fits on there, kind of clips down. And it's ready. Let's get that thing brought out there to the pasture by the new pond. Okay, right here by the new pond to this hot fence. You can see it's the exact same thing. It's a Solar Pack 6, Parmac, 25 mile, same deal. But you can see solar panel's open right now. Battery's gotten weak on it. So I just turned it on. See, that gauge will normally stay up here. It'll come back up here in just a second probably. Yeah, see? It's up here and it's clicking. But watch that gauge. I'm gonna put my hand over this solar panel. See, hands off, should come back up, and it didn't. So you can tell battery's getting weak on this thing. I'm gonna shut it off. Seeing a red wasp fly around the backside. Yep, really don't like those things. But okay, while he's over there, I'm gonna get these nuts unhooked and get these wires off of this thing so we can get the new one hooked up. Oh, this weather is awful. I just checked. It is 95 degrees Fahrenheit. There's a little bit of a breeze, so that helps out quite a bit, but that sun's up in the middle of the sky. It's just not real comfortable out. May have to redo this loop on this to more this style for the other one. We'll see. I might be able to get that poked up through there. Okay. For whatever reason, the red wasp are just hanging out around that thing. They probably got a nest inside of it. Oh yeah, now there's 3 of them. So what happened, I unhooked those wires and the box kind of jumped over to the side. Now there's 3 red wasps flying around out there. Really do not like red wasps. I don't know if you've ever messed with red wasps, but they're normally pretty aggressive. Okay, well, they must have, they've got them a nest in that thing somewhere, I bet you. Okay, now there's 4 of them. Yeah, they've got a nest in that thing. I don't know if you guys can see, they're they're not happy. They got their wings all set back ready for me. Okay, well, I'll let them dudes fly around for a few minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and stick some of these stakes up in some of these areas where the ones that broke off. Need one over here, then back over there I need 2 or 3 of them. We'll get these put in. I'll see what I can't do to ruin those red wasps today. These things are a little flimsy, so I normally use a dead blow hammer and I'll step on part of it and just tap it in the ground. That seems to work pretty decent for me. Probably one of the hardest things on these things is deer. Deer come running through here at night, run into the wire, break these things off. I really don't want to move this box. I'm not a fan of really any wasp or hornet or bumblebee. They get to chasing me. I tend to run pretty fast. They're still flying around this thing. Let's see how close I can get before they, I don't know if you can see them or not. There's several of them flying around. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of them in just a minute. Those things will, I don't know what it is, but they make the hair on my neck stand up. Guess I got stung way too many times as a kid. Yellow jackets, red wasps, bumblebees, all of them hurt. But I guess if I get stung, that'll make for a good video for you all. Not for me. Okay, let's get some more of these posts put in. Now, this thing about hot fences is they can take some grass and branches and stuff like that touching them. You want to try to minimize that as much as possible. But if they got something just continuous, like if it's laid up on the ground somewhere or up on an object, then they're just going to sit there and short themselves, and it's not really going to electrify the fence like it should. Not the hugest fan of these either. They work, but I don't know. This tends to happen pretty regular. Something runs in them and it breaks the pointy end off. So you can see we got one right here. That one's broke off. Here's the other end of it. So we'll get that out of there so the cows don't step on that. Throw this stuff away and we'll get a new one installed. So got another one broke off. Now, normally when we put a fence up, this one's been here for a while, so I'm not real worried about it. But if it's new, I'll normally tie some reflective tape or some sort of bright tape in between all the stays, just to let them know it's there. Okay, well, I got some extremely good news just now from the wife. We do have some wasp spray, so I can take care of these devilish creatures with that. Otherwise, I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to take care of it. We were going to get it done one way or another. So let's go get the spray. Okay, I'm back. I've got some Ultra Kill wasp and hornet spray and some Raid wasp and hornet spray. So I'm gonna try not to die, and we're gonna get over here and try to get these things eliminated. Okay, I'm ready. Oh, these things are awful, and they are not happy looking right now. Okay, flapping their wings. They know I'm here. Wind's blowing, I don't want to miss. Oh. Okay, that was not fun. I just had one of them chase me. But sorry, you guys are there. You missed it. Oh, I got another one. These things are awful. Okay, I did get one sprayed in the air that was chasing me. The full can, I tried hitting the button on it. There's a little safety deal. So, oh, you things. Okay, we're still missing one. I got one that was chasing me in the air. There's two on this, so there's a third one, or a fourth one, around here somewhere. Maybe it went inside, I don't know. I better soak the inside just in case. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. We can swap this charger out. We'll definitely keep a bottle of this stuff handy. I really want to take the cap off because I imagine there is a huge nest in this. So, dang, everything flying by, I'm thinking there's a red wasp coming after me. I don't think you guys realized how close I came from dying just then from the attack of the red wasp. Oh yeah, there's a nest in there. I can see it floating around. Let's just for giggles, I guess, we'll soak this thing one more time. If I have to go get some gas and light it on fire, that's what I'll do. Okay. Okay, let's get this one put in. So the ground. Okay, the ground's on. Now I'll hook up the hot wire and turn it on. I feel like there's wasps and everything else crawling all over me. Okay, it is hooked up, and I think just for good measure, in case any waspers decide to come back, I'm gonna go ahead and soak the backside of this thing. Okay, let's make sure this thing works. Okay, seeing how it's staying up here maxed out? That's how it normally looks. Blocking the panel off. See how it's coming down, but it's still hitting. That one's doing okay, but probably that battery's a little weak also. So probably just need to order 2 batteries and go ahead and replace both of them. So these fence chargers run off the battery for the most part, or the solar panel, but that solar panel also charges the battery. So during the nighttime, your fence is still hot. It's just discharging off the battery instead of the sun. When the sun's out, that gauge is maxed out and it just hits hard. And I know this thing hits hard because I've gotten hit in a few places on it. I think the worst place I've got hit on this thing, I was back over here and there was a branch that was laid across the wire, had it held up on the ground. When I picked that branch up off of the wire, I was bent over and the wire came back, hit me right here in the forehead. And about that time is when it hit, and it definitely works. It works well. Okay, now I did put my big boy pants on and I went ahead and popped the top after I soaked the fence charger again. So I'll show you what's in here of the newer one. The nest came off, but there's a wasp there. The nest is down there, and right back over in there, there's a bunch of dead ones. So I looked out, that was almost the end. So I came basically inches away from death today. But the good Lord was watching out for me today. Okay, fence is up. I didn't bring my tester. They do sell testers that you can hook onto the wire and then stick it to a T-post or the ground or whatever. And it's got a little light in it and it pops kind of every time it hits. I didn't bring it. Just looking at the gauge on the electric fence itself, it's working just fine. Cows will figure that out here pretty soon. So I've been keeping them back here in this pasture and then back over in this pasture. But a few of them figured out this fence wasn't hot because it's been this way for a week or two. And I've come back here and we've had cows. When they're supposed to be pinned up over here, they were on this side of the hot fence. So they'll figure out real quick that it's working again. They're pretty smart creatures. So where I'm at, where this fence charger is at, I'm probably, I'd say at least 400 yards or so from my house. So there's zero electric out here in the middle of the pasture. Having a solar powered fence charger like this is extremely handy. You don't have to worry about running power to it, extension cords or anything like that. You just hook it up, wire it up. I've got a ground rod in the ground. It goes from here down to that ground rod. And then you got the hot that comes out of it. These things are extremely handy. So if you are curious, I will go ahead and throw an Amazon link down in the description box for where I found this one at. The other point of this video was let's get the cows out of the pasture by the corral, get them out here. We did get the brush hog hooked up today. There is a ton of brush hogging we gotta get done around here because all the weeds are coming up. If you can keep the weeds brush hogged down or sprayed, it just lets that grass grow a little bit better. It is August here in Northeast Oklahoma, so things don't grow the best right now anyways. Everything is still fairly green. A lot of times by the time you hit August, everything's real crunchy and pretty much dead because we've got no rain for a little while, but we have got some rain off and on, and it's really helped out the grass and the weeds. So here in the next few days, Dad or myself will be trying to get a bunch of brush hogging done. We really need to get a lot of this out in this pasture brush hog. This is the pasture I plant every year. I'll do some winter wheat again, some fescue. The alfalfa I planted last year really didn't work that great. The crimson clover turned out awesome, so I may do some more clover in some different spots. I'd really like to start getting some Bermuda planted out here, but Bermuda seed or sprigs is expensive. But we have got to do some brush hogging. Right out here is where I pushed up them compost piles. See, there's one right over there. You can't see the other one, but it's over towards that dead tree. But somehow or another, one of the pastures that got baled last year, it could have been every year people stop regularly asking if we'll bale their field for them, just so it mows it down so they don't have to spend the time and money to brush hog it. And a lot of times if it's worth our time, we will. Normally if it's a field that's got a lot of weeds in it, we won't mess with it. But somehow or another, some of the hay we got last year, I'm not sure exactly where it came from, but all this out here, this is where we fed hay last year, and this has got some wicked plants growing up. They're not a full-fledged thistle, but they do have a lot of pokely things on them. Not real sure what that is. They are thorny, and they are everywhere. So this is gonna get brush hogged down. Obviously, this looks like seeds, so I'm gonna have my work cut out for me for the next couple years, spraying, trying to keep this stuff down. But we're gonna get it brush hogged down, and then if it looks like it's starting to come back, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it out with some 2,4-D. I'll just mix up a heavy mixture, and we'll soak this thing down. Okay, let's get the cows turned out. Okay, well, cows, they're already out here staring at me. I don't even know if I'm gonna have to holler at them. But I ain't even got to holler. Let's get the gate open and watch these psychos run through here. Here they come. Come on, girls. What's the matter? I'll get a little further away from the gate. That'll make them happy. They'll keep coming. Come on. Molly, Emma. Oh, what's the matter, Emma? Come on. Get out of here. Come on. Those are moos of love. All right, everyone, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you taking time to watching. If you found any of the information helpful, give the video a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.